The recruit spotted a black knife on the ground. As he walked over and bent down to pick it up, he heard a click beneath his foot. He quickly looked down and realized he had stepped on a landmine. The officer rushed over to check the situation, carefully using a stick to scrape away the dirt around it. After confirming it was a landmine, the officer ordered the soldiers to retreat to a safe distance. Then, he instructed the recruit to follow his directions and got into position to start a countdown. But before the officer could count to 3, the cowardly recruit ran away early. Fortunately, the experienced officer quickly stepped on the mine, preventing a tragedy. The recruit's action made the officer furious and he immediately started cursing. To teach the scared recruit a lesson, he deliberately lifted his foot, causing the other soldiers to gasp in fear. The officer then smiled smugly. It turned out to be an anti-tank mine that would only detonate with a weight of 150 kilograms or more. Next, the officer had the recruit carry the mine and put on the enemy's uniform. They made their way to a tunnel that the enemy tanks had to pass through and set up the mine and explosives. Destroying the tunnel would cut off the enemy's tank support from behind. But before they could connect the detonation wire, an enemy tank squad appeared. With no other choice, the officer ordered the soldiers to retreat and stayed behind to complete the final connection. Soon, the enemy troops arrived at the tunnel. The officer, wearing the enemy's uniform, didn't panic even when facing the enemy's guns. As expected, the enemy soldiers didn't shoot him right away. After questioning his identity, they asked him to lead the way out of the tunnel. As soon as the officer exited the tunnel, he gave a signal to the soldiers above to press the detonator. But the soldiers, unwilling to abandon their officer, hesitated to push the button. Seeing this, the officer took out his pistol and decided to go down with the enemy. Watching the officer slowly fall, the soldiers sadly pressed the detonator. With the explosion of the explosives, the tunnel collapsed quickly. The enemy soldiers tried to run, but they were mercilessly shot by the recruits hiding in the mountains. One enemy soldier entered a tank, planning to use it for a final breakout, but the anti-tank mine blew off the tank's tracks. Even so, the tank still managed to move forward and quickly aimed its gun at the soldiers on the mountain. Suddenly, a soldier climbed onto the tank, opened the hatch, and fired at the driver inside. Without the tank's threat, they launched their final attack. Soon, the enemy was completely defeated. Although they won the battle, they had lost their officer forever.